Shit.
First, I'm going to rise to my highest heights, giving big ups to all the prophets. Moses, Confucius, Buddha, Jesus, which really was Joshua. But the last prophet of our days, Noble Drew Ali. I'm Tahir Salam Bey, and I come in peace. So, first of all, y'all subscribe, man. Subscribe to the channel. I'm keeping, I'm working on it, get it together and all that. Subscribe, follow me, man. Try to, I'm trying to put game onto you dudes, but I'm telling you, today's topic is misnomers and minorities.
Say it again.
Misnomers and minorities. What's a misnomer? A misnomer in law is when you incorrectly identify yourself. Use a name to identify yourself, but it's wrong, basically.
What?
You know what I mean? And we, as adults, we should know better. Like, you know what your name, you know your address, and all. You're supposed to know these things just like that. Your address and everything like that. You know what I mean? So, if you calling yourself a name that doesn't identify you right, it's called a misnomer, and you're casted to the side. You're not in the family of nations. No. So, a misnomer, black. Why is it a misnomer? Yo, what's your nationality, my G? Yo, I'm black. Okay. Because black is an adjective.
Say it again.
Black is an adjective. It describes things. It cannot identify you by the laws of grammar. I'm not saying this. This is just the rules of humanity. Like, this is what it is. It's an adjective. We identifying ourselves with an adjective by saying yo, I'm black. Can't have it. African American. What is an African American? First of all, that's two continents. Two continents. What other nation of people identify themselves with two continents? Because America is not a country. The Americas are North, South, and Central America, and the adjoining islands.
Well, okay then.
So if you're from the islands, you're American. If you're born in Cuba, you're American. If you're born in Brazil, you're American. South America, Central America, American. They're still American.
Message.
They want you to think that the United States Corporation is America. And if you're not from the United States Corporation and the imaginary boundary that they have, then you're not American. How? If you're born in South America, how am I not American? It's the construct, man. How they trying to get our head in these, you know what I mean? They got our mind in the headlock like this, boy. So, African American, another misnomer. What? We just started calling ourselves in 1980s or some shit like that. Black was 1960s. Like, before that, we was Negro. You know what I mean? Before that, we were Moors. And we called ourselves that. And Moor is a noun. This is how you identify yourself. You have to use a proper noun. A noun. Person, place, or thing. Moor starts with a capital M. The rest of the letters are small. Lowercase.
Message.
You have to use a proper noun. You know what I mean? Puerto Rican. You know, they have a sense of nationality because, they have their own language, they have a culture that's distinct to theirs that they've grown into. But still, Puerto Rican is a misnomer. If most of the people I ask now, because I've been talking about this for a while now, and I've been talking to real human beings who think they're human beings, but they're in their corporate capacity though. But I asked them, and you know how they tell me how I know they're in their corporate capacity? They're not being themselves. They're being something that somebody else wants to be. Because I asked them what's their nationality. If they're like 35 and down, most likely they're going to say Puerto Rican. Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican. Out of the 8 people, 9, 10 people I asked, only about 3, 4 of them knew what Puerto Rican means.
What?
Rich port. That's what it means.
Say it again.
Port. So if I ask you Puerto Rican, you're gonna say, yes, yeah, I'm Rich Porter.
What?
I'm a Rich Porter, because that's Puerto Rican. That's the definition of Puerto Rican.
Got to be more careful.
Doesn't make any sense, right? But when you ask the elder, so-called Puerto Ricans, you ask them what's their nationality, I'm Boricua.
Well, okay then.
Okay, watch out there. I feel you. Because the name of the land is Borican.
What?
That's where you get Boricua from. Connecting yourself, a human being, to the land. You know what I mean? Borican. But collectively, we was all called Moors. Still. Collectively. Everybody had their little tribes and all that. But to the outside world, all together, we were Moors. You know what I mean? So, then most of them don't even know how the name came about, Puerto Rican. I asked them, hey, yo, so you know how they started calling out Puerto Rican? Who? No, I don't know. I know Taínos. Yeah, they know about Taínos. So the Spaniards that came there to conquer that land, who came over there, settled in that land, basically, when they got there, the Taíno tribe that was there, who were melanated just like us, the females, they wore so much gold around their neck and wrists and all that. See, us rocking gold down today, that's a part of our heritage, man. That's a part of our blood. Our people been rocking gold and jewels and precious stones, and that's what we do. You know what I mean? Connected, and everything is natural, connected to the earth. You know what I mean? But that's another story. They had so much gold around their necks. The females wore a lot of gold, basically. The Spaniards killed so many females that it depopulated the land. You know what I mean? Cutting off heads and arms for that gold. And they got so much gold from them that they called it the Rich Port.
Say it again.
That's what they called it, the Rich Port. So, they killed so many females that they depopulated the land to where they had to use the Spaniard women to get the population back up. Wasn't no more females there. Thus, why you got a lot of so-called Puerto Ricans that are very fair-skinned. Very fair-skinned. Of course, you got some dark Puerto Ricans, of course. You know what I mean? Of course. Morenos, they're there. More Morenos. Facts. Like even in Spanish, matter of fact. If you wanted to play somebody, you talk down to somebody, and it was black or dark-skinned people, you'd be like, oh, this negrito. Negrito. Negro is black. Negrito is like saying nigga and all that. It's downplaying, you know what I mean?
What?
If you're just describing somebody that's melanated with a dark-skinned hue, then you call them, the correct name in Latin, Moorish Latin, Spanish, whoever you want to call it, is moreno.
Well, okay then.
It's a person with brown skin. Moreno.
Say it again.
More. Misnomers. All of those are misnomers. When you go to Puerto Rican, Jamaican, West Indian, Cuban, Dominican, we're all Moors.
Well, okay.
Moorish American, politically. So, misnomers and minorities. Now, so that was for misnomers, minorities. The definition of minority. If I ask most of our people, yo, you a minority? Yeah, I'm a minority, man. They got the foot on our neck and all that. You know what I mean? Fuck that. We gonna rise though. It's all good. So right there, your state of mind tells me you're a minority because you just said it out your mouth. But that also tells me that you're not thinking for yourselves. We don't think for ourselves. You know what I mean? We look on TV, get the word from out there, and then say, oh, that's what it is. Yep. Especially if the Europeans say it, so-called white man. We don't even look up it. So, minority, if you just thought for yourself, just think about it for yourself. In the Americas, let's just talk North America. Fuck it. We ain't gonna even go to South America and Central America. If add that, it's automatically we're not the minorities because Brazil has more melanated people than the whole joint. You know what I mean? And the whole place, they got more melanated people there than damn near. I mean, and I'm talking about dark black. You know what I mean? So adding them is definitely different. You'll see like, oh yeah, it's way more black people. But just here in the United States, boy, corporation, the so-called. Now, our cities, melanated cities, Baltimore, New York City, we millions of strong, million people up in millions. Whereas you have a majority European state, like Iowa or something like that, the whole state be like 500,000 Europeans. The whole state. Yeah, they have a whole state, and it's majority Europeans, but it's only like the numbers is not even compared to our cities. Not the state, just the city, goddamn. Just think about that. Ponder. We definitely the majority. Just thinking about that. You know what I mean? Forget what they say on TV because they're tricking you. I understand what's going on, which I'm going to get into, but it's a, you know what I mean? So, it's a play with words. So, the first definition of minority, legal definition, is the state or condition of a minor.
What?
That's Black's Law Dictionary. And when we say Black's Law Dictionary, it's about a European wrote it. His last name was Black, though. Henry something Black. He was an attorney. I mean, he was a judge. His Black's Law, you know what I mean? But you can find it in the Bouvier's Law Dictionary, a couple of them, you know what I mean? So, the state or condition of a minor.
Say it again.
The next definition, it got the semicolons, and then it says infancy. Just shit about that. Just think on that real quick. The state or condition of a minor. That's the first definition. So if you could be a grown-up, but if you got the mind of a baby, you're a minority. You're a minority. If I could give you this, and you believe it's money, you're a minority. If you know, it's crazy. It's just so crazy. It's so many things that they trick us in that have us saying, "Yup, we're minorities. We're minorities." Mm-hmm. And it really means the state or condition of a baby, a minor, in a minor stage. You can't handle, when you're a minor, what happens? Now think about it. When you're a minor, what you can't do. You can't sign no contracts. You can't talk for yourself. You can't handle, you have no responsibilities. So everybody got to handle their responsibilities. I mean, your responsibilities for you. Somebody else got to handle everything for you. Tell you what to do. Tell them, you're a minority. You can't do nothing. You're not of age, competent. That's what a minority is. There's no having. Well, the third definition is the number in comparison to the majority, which has to do with numbers. You know what I mean? But that's the third definition. That's the third definition. You know what I mean? And come on now. The first two stand out way more. Like, wait, the state or condition of a baby? That's why when we go in the court, you have an attorney, you can't talk, they got to talk for you, this, that, and third. Like, they just throw us in jail. They have to do stuff for us. We can't talk for ourselves as a minority. So, are you a minority? If you ain't studying, and when you're done, study again, most likely you are a minority. You know what I mean? You got to save yourself, and you got to, this is for your kids too. This is for our family, you know what I mean? That's our future. Gotta let them know, like, yo, listen, you're not black, no. My kid's not saying that. Black, what? What's that? Don't try to play me. That's what they're gonna be saying. Only around their family, we black around our family, you know, like, cause we know y'all not using that in a derogatory meaning that, you know, y'all relating to our culture and how we live and everything like that. But as soon as we step outside and all that, not around, even around family, you know, we try to tell them, yeah, we know, they already know. But I know it ain't every time that, but we just got to change the words that we are accustomed to using, because we'll say black, you know what I mean? We need to just throw that shit to the side. Don't even stop even saying it in regular conversations, you know what I mean? But, minority. So, now, minorities. So now when you in court, right? They make sure you're in a minority capacity so they could adjudicate you. But that's not what I was trying to say. God damn it. But yeah, that's basically it, you know what I mean? You want to stay from the minorities and stay, you know, and the definition of majority is someone of full age. That's the first definition. Competent. Able to handle his own affairs. And then the last definition is the number compared to the minority. So on the TV screen, they'll tell you America, United States, is 60% white, 40% black, right? They're not lying. But where they confuse most of our people is that white and black that they're talking about, 60% white and 60% black, they're not talking about the complexion of the skin. And that's where they get us. So they're not really lying on TV, but we just assume that they're talking about black and white people and referring to the complexion of their skin, when it's not that. There's a such thing in law. There's a white status and a black status. That white status, you can have people as dark as me. That has nothing to do with the complexion of your skin.
Say it again.
So that 60% white, only 30% of those people are Europeans.
What?
Roughly 30% is Europeans. The other half is melanated people.
Say it again.
Mexicans, black people, whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? Jamaican, this, that, third, or more. So out of that white, when you see 60% white, 30% of that is black or melanated. You know what I mean? And then the other 40% black. You know what I mean? Those are the people that the status is black. You have a bunch of Europeans in a black status.
Message.
us in the black status because we call ourselves black. Right there. We calling ourselves black. You know what I mean? We don't have no problem with it. It's a status, not a complexion of the skin. Nobody is really this color, black. And nobody is white like the top of this coffee cup. Nobody. Like, let's get it together, Bill.
Pause that.
Yeah, niggas crazy. But yeah. That's gonna conclude my video of minorities and misnomers. You know what I mean? Don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to put this word out any way I could. So, you know what I mean? Yo, listen, and another thing. Anything I'm saying, look that shit up.
Say it again.
Because if I'm wrong, I just want to be right. I just want to be true. You know what I mean? That's what we live off. See the 5-point star? I ride the 5.
What?
Love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice, baby.
Say it again.
Stop playing, boy. Yo, listen. A lot of that shit derived from Noble Drew Ali anyway, too. But we ain't gonna even, you know what I mean? We ain't even going to the El Rukins and all that, you know what I mean? But, facts. Yo. I want to say peace. Hope all is well. Keep a protective hand over my people and all that, you know what I mean? And I'm going to holler back when the window crack. Islam.